Hi, my name is Nigel Gore. I am an actor. I have been performing Women of Will with Tina Packer for about the last 500 years and continuing to do so through the next millennia as we speak. When I came to the States and I saw a production of As You Like It in Central Park in Nashville, Tennessee, there was just so much energy and so much physical work that it was just staggering to me, because I was just so used to kind of, talking head Shakespeare a little bit in England, and there was just so much irreverence that I'd never encountered before, and it was like, wow, this is just great, just great. We were just doing Women of Will last year sometime in like a hotel lobby. It was for a Writers Guild thing, and we did Romeo and Juliet, the balcony scene, which we've done probably over 350 times now, and I was just in the opening monologue, and then all of a sudden it was like, oh, that's what that means, and that's the most meaningful thing about Shakespeare to me. Is it's like Chekhov, you never ever get to the bottom of it, you just don't. You think you have a handle, and then it just goes deeper. The more you do it, the deeper you go into it, the deeper you go into yourself, and the more that is revealed, I think. And I think that's what I mean when I say, about Romeo and Juliet and finding that new level. And it's like, okay, that's what this 14-year-old boy means, or, and then in my relationship with people on stage, with Jason or with Tina, just suddenly, because there's a level of trust there, you just kind of get out of each other's way and support each other. And it's allowed me to embrace aspects of myself that probably I would have preferred to have kept hidden, just especially in terms of, the darkness that lives within us and the rapacity that lives within me, I should say. But also the joy, just the absolute joy sometimes. You're asking the wrong person, I don't know. The actors that I love the most, Rylance especially, is just their absolute simplicity. Their absolute simplicity. There's no bells and whistles. They don't do shit with the language. It just comes from a place of depth and simple truth. And that, for me, is what is great about the great Shakespearean performances that I've seen. Because it's so easy to play with the language, or to surf the language, because rhythmically and poetically it's so much fun. You can just surf on that stuff forever and think it's great, but it's really just not connected to anything. Do you know what I mean? So for me, it's finding the music of the language, but aligning that to just the simplest of your own human truth, if that makes any sense. That's what I think it is. That's my aesthetic anyway. It's just just letting the language do the work through you and just getting the fuck out of the way. I think that's what I think. That's what I think today anyway. Okay, this is the Duke of York from Henry VI, Part 3, after he's been captured by Margaret of Anjou, with whom he's been at war, and she's just humiliated him in the most emasculating and awful way possible, and is about to kill him. She will for France, but worse than wolves of France, whose tongue more poisons than the adder's tooth. How ill-beseeming is it in thy sex to triumph like an Amazonian trull upon their woes whom fortune captivates, but that thy face is visard like, unchanging, made impudent with use of evil deeds. I would essay, proud queen, to make thee blush, to tell thee whence thou camest, of whom deriv'st were shame enough to shame thee, wert thou not shameless. 'Tis beauty that doth oft make women proud, but God he knows thy share thereof is small. 'Tis virtue that doth make them most admired, the contrary doth make thee wondered at. It's government that makes them seem divine, the want thereof makes thee abominable. O tiger's heart, wrapped in a woman's hide, how couldst thou drain the lifeblood of a child, to bid the father wipe his eyes withal, and yet be seen to bear a woman's face? Women are soft, mild, pitiful, flexible, thou stern, obdurate, flinty, rough, remorseless. Bidst thou me rage? Why, now thou hast thy wish. Wouldst have me weep? Why, now thou hast thy will. See, ruthless queen, a hapless father's tears. This cloth thou dipst in blood of my sweet boy, and I with tears do wash the blood away. There, take thou the napkin and go boast of this, and if thou tell'st the heavy story right, upon my soul the hearers shall shed tears, yea, e'en my foes shall shed fast falling tears, and say, alas, that was a piteous deed. There, take the crown, and with the crown my curse, and in thy need such comfort come to thee as now I reap at thy too cruel hand. Hard-hearted Clifford, take me from the world, my soul to heaven, my blood upon your heads.